What's up guys, it's Micmastodon, and I'm back in the TerraFirmaCraft test world. And these are elderberries. I'm here to take a look at berries. More specifically, what happens if I take these native growing berries, these naturally occurring berries, pop them out of the ground and plant them. Does that reset their growth period? Or will they grow naturally next month when they're scheduled to fruit out? And if it does reset their growth period, what's the cooldown period? How long does it take? So let's take one of these plants, and I should get 2 blocks. And let's leave that one there. And we'll see if that fruits out next month, because it is currently July 4th. Happy Independence Day, everyone. And these should fruit out in August. So over here I've got a little test plot where I've got all the different types of berries in the order that they fruit. So these fruit out in early spring, or the middle of spring, and then early summer, summer for the bulk of them, late summer for the elderberries, and then later into the fall for the rest of them. So what we need to do now is skip ahead to August and see what happens. And that's probably going to kill me, so I'll just make a cut and I'll see you in August. Alright, well, it's the 1st of August and I don't see any berries. These are all things that I planted in July. Let's check the native ones. I don't think there's going to be any berries because I think it's too hot. I think it needs to be a maximum of 28 degrees, and we are sitting at 31 right now, 31.04. So let's jump ahead till tomorrow and see what happens then. Okay, it is the morning of August 3rd. And we have elderberries on the native plant. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest those. Now one of the blocks spawned berries, but the other one didn't. So that's interesting. The temperature is very high, it's 32, so not surprising that we don't really have a lot of berries. That wasn't berries, that was a block that came out when I died. If you advance the time a day, you starve to death. That's just the reality of TerraFirmaCraft. I'm not seeing any berries on these guys. Alright guys, it's August 5th. And it's still over 30 degrees. But the blueberries should be fruiting. And I don't see any blueberries here. These are the ones I just planted in August. But I do see them in July. So we did get blueberries for the ones we planted in July. And at that temperature for this month, I think that's all we're going to get. I don't think we're going to get elderberries. But that's a good sign because we planted these last month and we still got the berries. Let's go check our native ones. No berries. So let's jump ahead till tomorrow. Alright, it's the morning of August 6th. And I'm looking for berries. Still over 30 degrees. And I don't see any berries here. I don't see any berries there. Well guys, it is the morning of August 7th. It is a little bit cooler here today. It's 27.72 degrees. That gets us under the 30 degree temperature. So blackberries, blueberries, even elderberries and raspberries should be fruiting out. Maybe even wintergreen. I don't see the other native block. But let's see how our July plantings did. And alright, okay, we got blackberries. that are hurting me. We have raspberries and elderberries. 2 out of the 3 elderberries. So, planted them last month. They're fruiting out this month. I think the temperature was the problem was. I think we're looking at no cooldown period for berry bushes. So despite the fact that I heard that if you harvest your berry bushes and try to replant them by your base or by your house, that you're going to reset the growth period, I'm going to call that a myth. Now the only other thing that I want to say about berries is, as I'm sure you've noticed, the blackberries and the raspberries will deal a tiny bit of damage. Let's look at how much. So my health is 279. So how many is one hit? Takes off 5 hit points. That's not consequential, but it's not nothing. The rest of the berry bushes you can walk through harmlessly. They will slow you down. If I just jump into creative for a moment. I can show you that raspberries, blackberries, and elderberries can all be planted too high to save on space if you're forming a berry patch or a farm. Everything else doesn't work. It'll just pop off. Even the blueberries. And of course you can't put a different kind of bush on top of another bush. They can only be planted on dirt, peat, clay, and of course grass. And I think that's all you need to know about berries. But I hope you learned something. I learned something. I'm glad to find out there is no cooldown period for berries. In any case, that's it for this episode. I'm Micmastodon. This is TerraFirmaCraft. That's a berry patch. And I'm out.